This is NHTV2, North Haven Government Television, a service of North Haven Community Television. The following program is brought to you through the support of the town of North Haven.
Good evening. Welcome to Planning and Zoning Commission. Before we get started, we'll have the members introduce themselves.
Andy Bevilacqua, Town Engineer.
Jane Ellis, Zoning Enforcement Officer.
Laura Magarossi, Land Use Administrator.
Mark Greasy, sitting tonight, and Secretary.
Paul Wyman, Vice Chair.
Ken Quick, regular member.
John Carlo Gallo, alternate sitting in tonight.
And my name, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Christine Hilton, Land Use Secretary. Antonio.
And my name's Bob Hannon, your chairman for tonight. So the August 3rd meeting here. If anyone is here for application, for site plans on P26-18, they were going to not be heard tonight. They're going to reapply. So I will, what's that?
It's going to be dismissed without prejudice.
You're right. And just a quick note here. Brian Cummings has submitted his retirement. My understanding he's been on since 2009. He will be well missed, and you know, we've got some big shoes to fill up there. So I wish him the best. And I will have the secretary read the first application.
P26-30, application of Justin Fritz, applicant, proposed text amendment to the North Haven zoning regulations to amend section 8.12.5 to allow storage and transport of cannabis per CGS 21A-422GB. A proposed amendment is on file at the Land Use and Town Clerk offices.
Is the applicant here?
Okay.
And your name for the record too, please?
My name is Justin Fritz.
And your address there, Justin?
212 Half Mile Road, North Haven, Connecticut, 06473.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I appreciate your guys, the commission's time this evening. Before I get into a little bit about why I've submitted the application, I wanted to say something quick about myself, my family, and whatnot. We call North Haven home. We have a North Haven mailing address, and you know, we shop and we eat here, and you know, we get on and off the highway on a daily basis here in North Haven. We consider this community that we move through every day up our home, and we're asking the commission tonight permission to expand our company here in the town that we already call home. So now for what we actually do, we were the first licensed adult use cannabis transporter in the state of Connecticut. We've been operating since 2024 as a logistics company. The most useful comparison I can give you is one that you already have here in town, and that is Amazon. When a package moves through Amazon's facility, most of the time Amazon doesn't own or know, you know, what's in the box. A few items are theirs, but most of it belongs to other companies that they're just providing as a third-party logistics operator for. Amazon receives it, they hold it, consolidate it, ship it out, and collect a service fee for doing that. The product belongs to someone else, and Amazon simply moves it. On the cannabis side, that's exactly what we do. Our transporter license is a service fee, or is a service-based license, not a product license. We're not permitted to own the product. It belongs to a licensed manufacturer and is going to a licensed dispensary here in the state. And every unit is tracked by the state through their seed to sale system, so they understand what comes in and out of our building on a daily basis. The other business license type that we're applying for is what's called a hemp-infused beverage license, which is a little bit different. That is a traditional distributor. We buy the beverages, we own them, we warehouse them, and we deliver them at wholesale to liquor stores and dispensaries throughout the state. These products are currently available in many liquor stores, perhaps even here in town. Now, what this means for those around us where we're looking to operate as a business, there's no public access. Nobody from the public has any reason to come to our building, and nor would they be let in. There's no retail sales. There's nothing sold on site to anyone. There's no consumption that's prohibited by the license and regulation we're proposing. There's no license, no product display, and again, no walk-in traffic. What you would see from the outside is a road to a warehouse with vans and box trucks moving in and out on daily, schedules. It looks like any other distributor here in North Haven as they would operate. Now, really what the point is North Haven is built around as an industrial based place. You have a lot of warehouses here, a lot of availability, and that's why I've applied here tonight. I've been looking for over 6 months in other towns and haven't found a suitable place yet. North Haven keeps coming up with opportunities. That's why I've applied here tonight, other than we currently live and have a North Haven address. So what I propose here is obviously 8.12.5 already permits cannabis to be transported through North Haven. What it does not say is if a licensed transporter can actually establish a facility here. That's an ambiguity in the language, and I would rather get it cleared up and apply as a traditional business versus getting started and having a situation come up otherwise. Meriden approved these 2 license types along with Branford earlier this year. Wallingford is voting to amend their language next week on August 10th. The direction that the Wallingford town officials have taken with our business type is looking at it as any other distributor. We don't own the product. We operate like any other distributor in the town, and that's been their purview and helping us move forward for a potential location there. So what we're asking North Haven to consider tonight is treat us the same way you would treat any other distributor within your current industrial districts. We would hope in the language we had put forth, a special permit language if needed, we would hope that perhaps we could amend that and remove the special permit hurdle and treat us like any other traditional distributor business. But we would hope that the commission would consider any language that would allow us to operate and move forward in general here. That's all my comments. I feel free to answer any questions if needed. Appreciate your time.
Members have questions?
I just have one question. The delivery, it's just to dispensaries?
Correct. Yeah, the cannabis side is just to licensed state dispensaries. On the hemp-infused beverage side, only liquor stores and dispensaries in the state.
But you say, well, that won't be only logistics. You're going to own the...
Yeah, we would, on the beverage side, we operate like a traditional liquor distributor would.
But you're not going to sell out of there, just to be clear.
Correct. It's wholesale only.
And no one's going to be coming in?
No, the state doesn't allow for it.
How about pickup? Are you doing all the delivery or
Yeah, so we go to
dispensary's
the...
going to be picking up the...
We go to pick up the product from the manufacturers in the state. We bring it back and we consolidate it. It gets stored in our warehouse under DEA security cages. We have extremely high security standards that the state makes us operate under. Multiple cameras. The product has to be stored in DEA level 3 cages. So much more restrictive, similar to other prescription drugs.
I think what he was leaning to is, will the distributors be able to come to your warehouse and pick up their own product? Or
No, we handle and do everything.
It's
So
going to go
like,
onto your truck every time?
yeah, it's always our vehicles. Like we go to the manufacturers and we pick up the product, we bring it into our facility. Now, the other manufacturers can bring their finished product to us. Our facility can only do finished product. So product that can be sold to retail consumers. We can't hold any raw material or any of that in our facility. That has to be maintained by the manufacturers. We would only be storing finished goods that you could purchase in a dispensary or a liquor store.
So you're looking to modify that, well, expand upon the 8.12.5, which is already in place.
Yes, yes.
And that allows you to transport through the...
Correct. The
the
current
town.
language allows us to transport through the town, but when that particular language was written, we were simply a same-day services. We had to go pick up at the manufacturer and deliver to retail at the same time. In the last 2 years, we've worked with the state to amend the law to allow us to hold the product for up to 6 months and act like a traditional hub and spoke system to facilitate better logistics within the market and ultimately pass on cost savings to consumers.
So, question on, I just want to piggyback on, you hold the product for 6 months?
Up to 6 months.
Up to 6 months?
Ideally, we're in and out in under 30 days, but slower turning product with traditional third-party logistics carriers, like you'll have product that turn on a weekly basis because they're higher, they sell faster, and you'll have other products that just don't sell as long, and the state permits us to hold product up to 6 months. Obviously, we don't want to get anywhere close to that time frame because the product degrades. It's not as good for consumers. So our job is to turn and move that product as quickly for our clients as possible.
So,
Is there expiration dates
Yeah.
on the product?
Yes. So the state mandates that when you go to a dispenser and you purchase a product, if you look on it, it has an expiration date. And obviously, it's a year from the date it's been manufactured. When you go purchase it in the store, it's about 60 days after it's been manufactured because of testing and stability, shelf life testing. So when you go to purchase it in stores, it has about 10 months of shelf life left on it.
is that the same with the liquid?
Yeah.
So what do you do if it expires? How do you dispose of that?
In many cases, it comes back to the manufacturer, or the manufacturer gives them discounts for the retailer to blow them out at lower prices in order to move them, similar to other retail companies.
So nothing's disposed of in a dumpster?
No.
Okay.
And you receive it within how many months of it?
Usually,
Going up
like
fast.
our clients, when they manufacture it, they want us picking up literally the same week. So as soon as they get it approved with testing's back and it's available to be sold, we pick it up and move it.
So the 6 months starts when you receive it, but if the expiration date is sooner, then you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, we have to manage those. Our system manages the expiration dates, understands when the products come into our building, and our clients have visibility to understand, okay, this product is aging. You need to consider lowering the price to move it quicker before it expires within the allotted time frame.
Okay.
We operate exactly like any other CPG, third-party logistics operator, whether that's, I'm trying to think of some of the other companies around here. They bring in product for multiple companies, they hold it, they warehouse it, and logistically put it back out to the retail stores.
Okay, that's okay.
I liked hearing about the security side, because after our dispensary application, there's a lot to it. When you say the finished goods, everything's prepackaged?
Correct.
Nothing's exposed or
No.
things like that?
No, it
It's
is
just
the same condition as you would purchase it from a counter at a store.
Okay.
The state has very strict standards over what we can and can't do and how we have to maintain those products. And, in our facility, everything's stored in case packs. So in order to maintain the integrity of the products, everything's stored and locked in case packs. So those are what gets shipped to stores. We don't actively maintain any open containers or individual units within the facility.
Great.
Can you go into more detail on your security of the building?
So the state mandates that all cannabis products are stored inside of a DEA cage, and that is a metal mesh security cage that you would see inside of pharmaceutical manufacturing facilities for storing, any of the required drugs that are considered Schedule III and above. They have key lock access, so automatic locking doors. We have to have badges to move in and out of the facility. There's cameras, and there's no dead spots allowed. The DCP has to be able to see every physical area of the facility. So there's no chance for diversion or any other issues from an employee standpoint. So they're very, very strict about making sure that the cameras that we have see every spot in the building.
How many employees do you expect to hire?
We're looking somewhere between 10 and 15 employees on an average basis. If we can grow to a larger size with the beverage distribution, we would have additional sales agents that would be working and selling to liquor stores throughout the state, just like the other liquor distributors here in town. But from our operations, what we're looking at is probably about 10 to 15 employees on average.
And you get state inspections?
We do, yeah.
On a regular basis? Or?
Yeah, they typically would come about once a quarter. I actually just met with my DCP agent this morning, authorizing another vehicle for us. So they were inspecting our vehicle, looking at the security on it, making sure it matches the requirements set forth by the state, and then they approve it for additional use.
Do you plan on doing background checks on employees?
We do. We have to. It's mandated by the state that we do background checks, and because they're driving our vehicles, you do motor vehicle reports as well.
They require a Class 2 license or
No.
just regular
No,
driver's
it's just
license?
cargo vans.
Okay.
So that's the majority of what we do. We'd eventually be looking at a 26-foot box truck, but again, that's not a required license for that.
Okay.
Are they unmarked?
They are. It's required by the state. Now, on the beverage side, we can operate like a liquor distributor and put our advertising on the outside, and that may be something in the future we look to do for just the beverage distribution side. But right now, the cannabis side has to be completely unmarked.
Size of a warehouse you're looking for?
So I've actually been working with Rich Cuomo at a facility, looking at a facility on State Street, about 10,000 square feet. Ideally is what we've been starting with. Potential, obviously, to go up in the future.
Is that about any residential neighborhood? Do you know?
No, you're on off, what's the address on State?
It's like 303 State. It's right next to Stored. It's one of the industrial buildings next to Stored, right there on State Street. So you know where the new burger place that went in?
Yep.
It's like 2 or 3 doors south of that.
It
Okay.
says predominantly industrial.
Okay.
That would be the location we'd be going into if you guys authorize the zoning change this evening.
What is that zone? Do you know, Laura? Is that an IL?
I think it's IL 80.
Is it? Okay. I just want to recap a few things here.
Yeah.
So there's no retail,
Correct.
no consumption on site.
Correct.
There's no walk-in traffic.
Correct.
No displays.
Correct.
No advertisements.
No
on the
advertising.
building? Delivery only.
It's business to business.
Okay. Questions from the board?
I have no questions. Seems
Any concerns, Laura?
Just that, if you were to consider it, that would be limited to the IL and IG zones.
Yep. Yeah, I wanted to do the,
And, as you're discussing it, sorry, and as you're discussing it, maybe consider a special permit if you see fit instead of a site plan, so we can take a deeper look at some of the implications of the use to the surrounding area.
okay. Would that be another visit for him to come back on the site, or is it?
Well, he'd have to come back either way, even if it was a site plan.
Okay. All right, any other questions? All right, we're gonna open this up to the public. Does anyone speak in favor of the application? Is anyone in opposition to the application? Gentlemen, can you step up? Your name for the, and address for the record?
I have some exhibits for you.
Your name, sir?
Joseph DiMartino, 10 Papa Lane. I'm going to pass out the exhibits before I start.
Certainly.
There should be enough to pass one on to most people. I have 4. There's 2. Number 3. And number 4, there should be enough. There's about a dozen copies there.
Yeah, we have to, he's already labeled them. So these could be exhibits as numbered, he's got 4 separate ones,
Yep.
1 through 4.
Okay.
Exhibit 1 is the only.
That's all.
Yeah, you want a copy of it?
No,
So-
no.
You want a copy there, Christine? Pass that down, and give you the rest.
Thank you.
John?
I have 1, 2, and let me get that.
Chris, did you get this one?
No.
Okay. And you guys pass down Laura. Pass it down to Ron.
Got this one.
Chris, did you get this one too?
I have that.
Okay.
That's for, that's the toxic.
Yep. Pass this down.
It's only three.
There's only three, correct? Three?
Four.
Three
Three
pages?
altogether?
There's 4 exhibits,
There was 4.
3 texts and a picture.
but one of them, there was only 2 copies, I think you said.
All right, we'll figure it out. Okay. All right.
Jennifer Capola, counsel to the commission for the record. Mr. Chair, if you could just make sure that these submissions are clearly identified for the record. Perhaps you'd like to ask Mr. DiMartino to first identify each, so we have a clear description in the record, because staff does not have a copy of everything.
Okay.
So that's
All
really
right.
important. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1. That's the Pettit Family Memorial, which I had a chance to visit only about a week ago. I'll expound on it. Exhibit number 2 is information about children getting exposed to edibles
Is that this one? Okay. That's
and the danger of such exposure. Number 3, you may have heard recently, off-duty police officer and his girlfriend killed on a motorcycle by drunk driver and person on under the influence of marijuana. That's number 3.
You got this one? Chris?
Number 4, 3 years ago, state representative killed in a wrong-way crash. They were both on marijuana and alcohol.
Yeah, I have 3 on one for that. You have 4.
It's a little background.
Just one interrupt you for 1 second, sir. I'll have 1, 2, and 3. You have 4?
1, 2, and 3.
Anyone have 4?
I gave out enough for, there should be about a dozen each.
Here's the picture, and then these 3, all the 4 different.
All right, 4 is this one. This one is 4. Okay.
Okay.
Staff does need a copy of exhibit number 3.
Here's,
Here we go.
All right.
There are extras, thank you.
Yep, I'll take one.
well, it's all,
All right, now we're good. You got one?
I did not.
Do you have any more now?
yeah,
We got 4 back.
no, 3.
Pictures?
Get 2.
Two of these where it says new detail, released on the crash in front. Top.
That's 3. Two copies of 3.
It's still exciting, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that.
I'll let you have that one.
Thanks.
Okay. That's 3.
This is 3?
That's 3.
Yeah.
You would order.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now we're all set, sir.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Follow along.
Yes, that's just 1 page.
Are we good? All right, we're all set, sir. Go ahead.
A little background. I am a retired state adult probation officer. I have 25 years' experience in the criminal justice system. And it wasn't long ago that guys like him would be going to jail. The whole system that the state passed, we know what it's about. It's just about picking up tax money. If you look at, in all my years of being a probation officer, I never saw anybody go to jail just for the sole possession of marijuana. It was bigger events like distribution, sale of pounds of pot. Now that we have recreational marijuana, they all claim, oh, marijuana, it's harmless. It's not harmless. It's the gateway drug. For most of my career, I was assigned the incorrigibles, the career criminals. Some of them were drug addicts. Not one of them became a drug addict without starting with marijuana, moving on to harder stuff. That doesn't happen to everybody, but there's evil people in this world, and they don't need much to have them go out and do their evil deeds. Brings me to exhibit number 1. I stopped at the Pettit Family Memorial. I'd always wanted to stop there. These people, these murderers, had a well-documented history of substance abuse. Drug addicts, killing 3 females, raping them and burning them. We all remember that story. And there's no doubt they probably started out using marijuana. Exhibit number 2, basically poison control centers report more kids eating the edibles that they find around the house. It's happening more and more. You read it about a lot. Exhibit number 3, recently, off-duty cop just riding his motorcycle with his girlfriend. A woman crosses the line. She's drunk and on THC. They also find a THC vape cartridge. Is this part of the products that this guy is going to distribute in our town? Probably. Mr. Vape products. You see them all the time. You ever walk by anybody vaping? This intense smoke, even if it's not marijuana, just about does you in. Let's go to exhibit number 4. It was 3 years ago. State representative, he's on his way home. He's drunken on marijuana. A wrong-way driver kills him. She's on marijuana and drunk too. Now, we know we've had a lot more of these wrong-way drivers in the last several years. And you can bet a lot of them were under the influence of marijuana. They're hallucinating and they're drunk. How much worse of a combination can you get? Now, we already have this regulation that we passed 2 years ago. No marijuana establishments. Why do we want to amend our regulation to let this guy come into town and just be a purveyor of all this crap? That's all it is. Let him go to Hamden or New Haven. I mean, Hamden just, if you amend your regulation here, it's going to open the door. People are going to say, okay, they amended it for this guy, for a warehouse. The next thing you're going to have is growers. They're going to say, well, we're not a retail establishment. We're just going to grow. Recently, Hamden approved a growing establishment right on Dixwell Avenue. Do you want to be like Hamden? The crime and the blight keeps creeping further north in Hamden. I know our office was on Dixwell Avenue in southern Hamden. Now, southern Hamden, you don't want to even go there anymore. And yet they got 2 or 3 marijuana establishments. And now they got a growing establishment. Excuse me. This modern day marijuana, it stinks like a skunk. it's more potent. I was speaking to Tom White recently. Tom is a security guard at the hospital at Yale. People come in, they're hallucinating. They're hallucinating from smoking this modern-day marijuana. They don't even know where they are sometimes. People drop them off. Medical marijuana. Medical marijuana was just a bunch of phonies going into the doctor claiming they had a PTSD. Doctor writes a prescription. They paid, when it first started out, it was $200 you paid the doctor. And he gives you the prescription, you go out. Why did medical marijuana licenses drop significantly? Because the state approved recreational marijuana. So they don't have to apply for the medical marijuana anymore. It was all it was 90% phony. Recently, I know somebody, they went to a park in Hamden, wanted to take the kids to the playground. You know who's hanging out in the playground? A bunch of marijuana smokers. They left immediately. So, people who think that marijuana isn't a gateway drug, I gotta say, they're just naive. I work with these people for 25 years. There's only one way to quit, and it's abstinence. That goes for alcohol and marijuana. Like that program we got on State Street, methadone, that's the biggest joke, one of the biggest jokes of all time. What they do is they sign people up so they can get them on Medicaid. They create a bigger bureaucracy. They got that Medicaid money coming in. I once had a guy on methadone. He told me, oh, I get free rides to my methadone treatment because I'm on Medicaid. He would call up, make an appointment, and get a free ride to go get his methadone. That's what your taxpayer money pays for. Do we really need a marijuana establishment in town? No. And this guy's applying to Wallingford next week. Is Wallingford going to be amenable to to amending their regulation? If you approve this on him, he's going to go to Wallingford, which also has a prohibition like ours, and he's going to say, North Haven approved me. Why are you going to refuse me? So, you could be creating a domino effect here. I think we should just show them the door. We established that we don't want these establishments in town for a few lousy jobs and his supposed security. We don't need this. We don't need this type of business in town. Go to Hamden or New Haven. That's all I got for now.
Anyone else to speak? Mary?
For the record, Tom White, Summer Lane, I'd like to surrender my time to Mary White so she can complete her presentation.
All right, so, yeah, 3 minutes each, so 6 minutes. Okay.
Well, past practice is 5 minutes.
I
So
checked on that, and actually it was 3, just Vern was very gracious, but we'll let you speak.
Okay, because I can get it done in a little over 9, but I can't leave things out. It's very important, so I planned on the past practice, because I've been coming to meetings for 36
All right.
years.
All right, well,
And
so-
I've never been told you only have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying I have been coming to planning and zoning meetings for 36 years, and I have never been told I only have 3 minutes to speak. So I'm asking to have my 5 minutes to speak that I'm accustomed to, and my husband has offered to give me his 5 minutes. So
Okay.
that's 10 minutes. So,
Well, I'm not gonna argue with the 10 minutes, but it's 3 minutes with the norm is.
okay, well, I think
not
what
gonna
the
argue,
commission would
just-
need to
we're
do
wasting your time
is
now.
to,
Just
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Well, you'll need to make a regulation so that everybody in the town knows. Okay, anyway, Mary White, Summer Lane. I am opposed to this text amendment because the proposed cannabis establishment facility use is prohibited in our 8.12.5 regulation. The proof is in the state of Connecticut definitions, state of Connecticut descriptions, the regulation itself, and statements made during public hearing P-2418. I ask the commission to deny it. First, definitions. Section 21A 420, number 4. Cannabis establishment means a producer, dispensary facility, cultivator, microcultivator, retailer, hybrid retailer, food and beverage manufacturer, product packager, delivery service, or transporter. So delivery service or transporter is considered a cannabis establishment. Section 21A 422G B. No municipality shall prohibit delivery of cannabis to a consumer, qualifying patient, or caregiver when the delivery is made by retailer, hybrid retailer, dispensary facility, delivery service, microcultivator, or other person authorized to make such delivery pursuant to RARACA. No municipality shall prohibit the transport of cannabis to, from, or through such municipality by any person licensed or registered pursuant to RARACA to transport cannabis. Now here is our 8.12.5 regulation. All cannabis establishment uses, as defined by Connecticut General Statutes, Section 21A-420, are prohibited in all districts in the town of North Haven, except for the delivery or transport of cannabis, as provided in Connecticut General Statutes, Section 21A-422GB. The Commission was and is within its authority to have implemented an all cannabis establishment uses prohibition, provided delivery and transport of cannabis to, from, or through such municipality is not prohibited. The Commission did so because it prioritizes the public's health, safety, and welfare, with particular attention paid to protecting our children in daycare, schools, and all those minors under the age of 21, which is the legal age to purchase cannabis in Connecticut. As a reminder to the Commission and for all those who are new about the harm to the public's health and safety caused by cannabis use, I will be distributing copies of studies and articles about studies that prove the harm cannabis use has on adolescent and adult brains, accompanied by a list of each name with a short summary. A list of examples of cities, states, and incidents where children have overdosed on cannabis edibles, including 3 incidents in Connecticut, 2 in New Haven, 1 in New Britain. The list of the 6 ways the 3% municipal tax revenue from a cannabis establishment can be used, and not 1 penny goes to the municipality. And the State of Connecticut, Chapter 124, Zoning Section 8-2, Regulations A, where the priority for cannabis commission where the priority for zoning commissions must be protecting the public's health, safety, and general welfare. Now some State of Connecticut descriptions relative to the new expanded transporter license. Number 2A, a transporter may expand the transporter's authorized activities to store, maintain, and handle cannabis in accordance with the provisions of the subsection provided such transporter. Notice the word may. This is optional. The state is not forcing this expanded license. I possesses each unit of cannabis for a period not to exceed 6 months, beginning on the date on which the transporter receives such cannabis. There are security requirements and package opening prohibitions that must be followed, as well as a $5,000 payment that must be made. B, the department shall take all reasonable efforts to schedule an inspection of the cannabis establishment facility not later than 60 days after the department receives an application for transporter expansion pursuant to this subdivision, etc. Notice the words cannabis establishment the state uses to define the cannabis storage facility. Nowhere does it say the new expanded transporter's license is all-powerful and usurps municipalities' all cannabis establishment uses prohibition regulations. The applicant is free to expand his delivery transport license from 24 hours of possessing the cannabis to 6 months, and he is free to open a cannabis establishment storage facility business in another town like Hamden or New Haven that does not have an all cannabis establishment uses prohibition in place and that allows cannabis establishment facilities via site plan applications, stifling free speech of the people, and allows cannabis establishment facilities in commercial zones right next to homes in residential neighborhoods where children live and play. That is what is being proposed in this text amendment. The applicant and other licensed delivery transport services are not limited in that they can continue the delivery and transport of cannabis to, from, or through our municipality with the cannabis based in another town. Aside from the state of Connecticut definitions and state of Connecticut descriptions, the 8.12.5 regulation itself, here is proof for all. A licensed transporter cannot actually establish and operate a cannabis establishment facility business here in North Haven. The cannabis delivered to North Haven must be based in another town. That was stated by commission members during their discussion on September 9th, 2024, public hearing P-24-18, and that should be made part of this record. After the proposed regulation was read into the record, the following was stated. 2 hours, 40 minutes, 3 seconds. Mark Parisi. I wish we had done this 2 years ago. 240.50. Brian Cummings. It's overdue. I'm in favor of it. 241.01. Rod Williams. So one thing we didn't say is what this would do is prohibit uses except for the delivery and transport of cannabis as provided in General Statute Section 21A 420 GB. So everyone is aware there are these narrow exceptions. Generally speaking, if this is the will of the people of the town, I understand it. I just wanted to make sure that we as a commission are considering what would be lost if this were passed, tax revenue to come from this. I know there are limitations on it, but I just wanted to make sure we are all thinking about this, that this is something, given due consideration before we move forward with it. 242.05, Ken Quick. In terms of the statute you were referring to, what is that narrow exception? 242.16, Rod Williams. The language itself has exceptions, so except for delivery or transport of cannabis. So, because you can get delivery. So a delivery person from a different town, could bring it to someone's house. That is primarily, I think, for probably micro-cultivators and retailers. But it says all cannabis establishments, though. So possibly, I guess, delivery and transport couldn't be based in North Haven either. 242.47, Vern Carlson, no. 242.48, Rod Williams, as a house, have delivery brought to your house from a different town. That's my understanding of it. In conclusion, the commission, during your deliberations, please consider the public's health and safety and discuss cannabis is a drug people take causing them to get high. Delivery to, from, and through North Haven can continue to take place. Consider these important facts. Studies show cannabis causes brain damage in adults. Cannabinoids impair all stages of memory, including encoding, consolidation, and retrieval, and negatively impact the brain's higher executive levels of thinking. Marijuana vaping by school-aged youth doubled between 2013 and 2020. 1 in 3 grade 12 students reported vaping weed as their preferred method to get their THC buzz. Cannabis use causes brain damage in teens, leading to poor cognition in adulthood, as well as causing mental health problems, such as depression or anxiety, even psychosis. 1 in 6 teens who use marijuana regularly become addicted. Teens are suffering from a deadly lung disease called EVALI due to vaping weed. There is an increase in cannabis abuse disorder, as well as an increase in dabbing, vaping weed use in those states that legalize cannabis. Cannabis is a gateway drug. There is an increase of children overdosing on cannabis edibles throughout the country, even here in Connecticut. There are still no tests that can be given to determine how high drivers are who are under the influence of cannabis and thus driving impaired. Consider this fact too. A cannabis established facility for the storage of cannabis and cannabis beverages is not just like other businesses and uses in the industrial zone, warehousing and distribution in North Haven, like Stop and Shop and Amazon, because the cannabis establishment facility business will store cannabis, a drug, and that cannabis establishment use is prohibited per our regulation. Remember, the applicant is not limited in that he can continue the delivery and transport of cannabis to, from, or through our town. He can open a cannabis establishment storage facility in another town that does not have an all cannabis establishment uses prohibition in place. The commission must not diminish the 8.12.5 regulation we have in place. The commission must also consider and discuss this proposed text amendment will open the door for other text amendments, which will open the door for other text amendments until possibly rendering ineffective and powerless the 8.12.5 regulation and leading to the commission's failure to uphold its priority of protecting the public's health, safety, and welfare. And finally, the proposed cannabis establishment facility business use, where cannabis and cannabis beverages would be stored in North Haven, is prohibited in our 8.12.5 regulation, and I ask the commission to please deny the proposed text amendment. Thank you. Tom will now distribute the package, which will also include my speech. And Laura, I have a question. For the public hearing P-24-18 to become part of this record, is it enough that I have made that request? Is there more that I need to do?
No, and actually, I can answer that question. Jennifer Capola, counsel for the commission, for the record. Mr. Chair, if I could just interrupt, I do not want that to be lost, considering the number of comments that you received as far as direct quotes of commissioners from that public hearing. Again, that's the public hearing on section 8.12.5 of your zoning regulations, which took effect on September 23rd of 2024. I just checked the date on that. Now, what she's asking is for you to incorporate the record from that public hearing, so you would need to vote on that if that is the desire of the commission, to incorporate that record into this record of tonight's public hearing.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
What was it?
Do you want me to list the exhibits that I have in the packet for each of you? Or is it okay because you each got one?
I do think that it is something we should always do for the record,
Okay.
so I don't know how many they are.
There's 6.
That
Okay, so exhibit number 1 from me is the list of examples of children who overdosed on marijuana edibles throughout the United States. Just keep going. Okay, I'm sorry. 2, the second one is my speech. The third one is the State of Connecticut, Chapter 124, zoning section 8-2 regulations A. The fourth one is the list of only 6 purposes for which the 3% municipal tax from a cannabis establishment can be used. 5 is a summary of the studies and their name. And 6 are 9 studies or summaries of studies of the harms to the brains of adolescents and adults, which is caused by cannabis use.
Thank you, Mary. Is there anyone else to speak in opposition?
I just have one thing to say.
Sure.
Good evening, Peter Viscola, 54 Fieldstone Court, Mr. Chair, board members. I just have one small thing to say. It was mentioned that there'll be no signage on the building, but there will be signage on a box truck. I don't, he said there's the liquid product will be on there. So, my concern is, are we gonna park box trucks in front of the building for the general public to see what's inside the building? So we're not gonna have signage on the building, but we're gonna have trucks in front. And I think that's not what we wanna see in North Haven. That's not what we stand for. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is anyone else to speak in opposition? Does the applicant?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It was too fast. It was too fast for the exhibits, so she's not going to get the exhibit.
Do we have it on tape?
Yes. We have it, but she doesn't have it. She hasn't. You haven't? Okay.
All right, so are we good on the exhibits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, Mr. Chair, excuse me, Please do not lose sight of that request to incorporate the record from the prior proceeding. Action needs to be taken on it if the commission is so inclined.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Your name?
Marge Quinn, 21 Newberry Court. Quinn. So I just want to go on record that I want to go on record, I'm totally opposed to this whole endeavor here. We have to protect our children. If you don't protect our children, we count on you. So I speak for many parents. I've been in this town for over 60 years, very involved in this town, put a lot of time to make it a good town, and this is just going to be terrible. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak in opposition? I'm sorry, what was that again? Your name again? Yeah, the one standing on the, yeah.
It's not on, nobody can hear it.
No, it's for our
It's
it's for
recording.
taping.
It's for recording.
You still didn't get your name, so you have to spell that. The whole name? Yes, thank you. Leonda. Last name is Fermo. Thank you very much.
And your address, ma'am?
Juniper Drive, North Haven.
Thank you.
I am opposed to this, and I am supporting what Mary White had to say. Now, I understand that Mary White has given you statistics about the harm of cannabis. Well, there are other kind of statistics it's called evidence-based, and that means it's what we see. I urge you to speak to some members of the utility companies, i.e. phone companies, UI companies, or the police, and the amount of broken poles that they respond to. And when these poles are broken, usually early in the morning, late at night, and you open the doors, the smell of marijuana wafts out of these cars. That's evidence-based. That's not statistics. It's just evidence. And you can talk to our finest, our police. They will solidify that as well. I speak to the harm that's being done to our communities by this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I won't waste your time. Lana Claire Ives. I reside at 369 Mansfield Road, 371 Mansfield Road, 367 Mansfield Road, and 2605 Ridge Road, all in North Haven. I'm reminded of the numbers because sometimes I forget them, but I had to pay the taxes today. So, because today's the last day. Anyway, I'm reminded of that today as a taxpayer, that I should come up and talk, which I try to do when I see things that just aren't kosher for the town. There's really no reason for this amendment to be changed in any way. One of the main reasons for that is the town's plan of development completely goes against what this applicant is trying to achieve. How do we know that? Well, let's take a look around town. We have denied a fine federal, right? Because of many reasons, but it was also close proximity to a school. A lot of places around town are close proximity to schools. One of the main reasons to deny this is the town has made a decision to help people with substance abuse disorders, which, by the way, is a disease. It's clearly classified as that. Substance abuse disorder is a very tricky space. Once things come into society that people can become addicted to, which this is an addictive substance, let's just say what it is. This is a highly addictive substance, and if you want more evidence of that, you can go on the High Watch Treatment Center, which is the first 12-step inpatient treatment center in the United States of America, here in Connecticut, in Kent, Connecticut. You can learn all about the difficulties that this proposes for many families. Probably everyone in this room knows someone or has a neighbor, a family member, somebody who has suffered this terrible disease. Substance abuse is a terrible disease because it's not like you got diabetes, okay, you're trying to manage it, you eat a cookie, everyone's not jumping down your throat saying, oh, you no good, blah, 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 blah. You ate a cookie? What's the matter with you? Don't you know how to do this? This is old school, how people would address this terrible disease. When people have been diagnosed with cancer, neighbors come over, hey, can I get you a meal? Hey, can I do something for you? Can I give you a ride? When people are diagnosed with substance abuse disorder, oh, what is this? Is there any of that compassion? When people are suffering from disease, that's the time when they need the most love. The most love. And it's often the time with this particular substance that is highly addictive. That's, if someone's gets addicted to this, that's the time when they're not going to receive that. We have a long way to go to catch up, to understand and be educated as humans about substance abuse disorder. And the other reason is because the town has showed a clear path, because they have a methadone clinic in town. So what does that tell you? That tells you that people in this town want to help, not destroy. There's a difference. And I'm not saying that every substance is going to make people's lives destroyed, but the ones who become addicted to this, it does destroy lives. Not just the person, but the entire family and the extended family and people in the community. It's very difficult. So I think that this definitely goes against the town's plan of development, because the methadone clinic is here, which is clearly saying we want to help people, not give them something. We want to help them. So there's no need for this amendment. I think it was very clear when it was written before, and there's no need to change anything. There are other towns that you want to do this in, great, that's up to you. But here in North Haven, I think we should take a pretty strong stance on this, and I appreciate your time.
Oh, wow.
Is there anyone else to speak in opposition? I just had a couple questions for the applicant. Are there current deliveries that are going through North Haven right now? Do you know?
Sorry, what?
Are there current deliveries going through North Haven that you're aware of?
We do, our operation does transport through North Haven. We operate, we drive through, we stop for gas a lot in North Haven just because of the convenience and location of the highway.
I think the question is, do you get an order and then deliver it with your trucks to a house or resident of North Haven?
We're B2B only, so.
Okay, so it's business to business, you're not actually dropping her off at somebody's house and they order on the internet?
We're
Okay.
B2B only.
Yeah, that was my question.
Do you deliver also vape products?
That is one of the products that the manufacturers do make.
Okay. And the question or concerns of on the box truck, when that ever shows up, or if it does show up? Signage?
So the signage on the box truck, so even the liquor stores here in town, they currently have THC signage in front of them. If you go and look at them, they have signs. And many liquor stores either in town or other towns, like that's allowed, all liquor stores are doing it. So that signage currently exists in the state. So we would, if we're doing beverage, I'm gonna make a clarification, the beverages are making them hemp. The state looks at and regulates them differently. Even though it's still THC, it's considered different because it comes from a different plant. THC beverages, those products are treated just like alcohol under the state's regulation. So the liquor distributors, current ones that operate in North Haven, they can currently wrap their vehicles in the THC beverages that they choose to distribute as well.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Mr. Chair, you should ask the applicant before he steps away if he wants to respond to any of the comments from the public.
I'm happy to answer any questions and point out to them. You know, I'm a registered Republican. I understand like a lot of this aspect and people's views of these products. There are a lot of individuals that these products do help. I don't downplay anything that these individuals have brought up about what's happening in the state. I don't agree with in younger individuals having access, and a lot of times that's a phase that we're going through where individuals have to learn how to properly store these products. These are new products on the market that adults just don't think about and or have developed a process of storing properly like we have grown up with alcohol. And that's going to take a couple generations to work through and properly educate the public on how these products are supposed to be consumed and stored. Now, statistically, a lot of the stuff that's coming up with younger individuals getting access to products, that is what the federal government has chosen to ban on a national level. These are synthetic made products from hemp, or Delta-8 products. These are all products being sold at gas stations or smoke shops. They're not coming from the licensed dispensaries in the state. And like I said, I don't downplay what's happening, kids ending up in the hospital. That's horrible, and they shouldn't have access to these things. But a lot of these things are being bought from the illegal market in gas stations and smoke shops that are illegally selling them to kids underage. So that's state news, that's statistics you can verify with the state in those aspects. So like I said, I hear what they're saying. I don't downplay what they have to say, but I'm in business in myself, and I'm just looking to expand and grow my existing business.
Okay, thank you.
I just offer, I am
Yeah.
present. If you'd like me to offer any comments, I'm happy to do that. You did have a speaker, and Mrs. White, who talked about certain aspects of RARACA, which have been amended. I could talk some more about that if you'd like. The one thing again, if you'd like comment from me, I can make it brief. There are a couple of procedural things I just would like to point
Okay.
out. I did have the question, I didn't know, tried to verify today whether or not the text amendment was posted in the town clerk's office, because that's required by statute, so I did have that question. I think you need to ask the applicant that question. But just with regard to the text amendment itself, I do think that there are, if it's something, again, that you want further comment on, I have spoken to staff about sort of the areas of the proposed language that I do think need revision. You can hear that tonight. You've received a number of documents. If you want to continue the public hearing, that's something. If you want us to prepare a memo, certainly happy to do that. But you have, as it stands now, the text amendment does propose not only for industrial, but it does have a commercial zone for these uses. In addition, it proposes a site plan. I know that the applicant did mention, the possibility of this being a special permit. Uncertain if he's against that or probably prefers the site plan, but is he against it being a special permit? That might be a question you might want to ask. And if you're going to go the special permit route, I think you need to have standards within the text. That's important as well. So there are a number of things. I noticed too that he proposed a limitation on the number of these businesses that could operate in town. If that's something that you want further information on, staff and I can certainly provide that to you as well. So there are a number of things I think that you need to consider. And certainly, you know, you did, again, receive a number of documents. I didn't see everything that was distributed to you. Only Mr. DiMartino's exhibits. I did not see Mrs. White's. But again, you may want to consider keeping this open. Thank you.
Sure.
So I will say that I'm okay with a special permit. You know, if this allows me to operate, like I said, the only location I'm looking at is Mr. Cuomo's place on State Street. He's already willing to lease me the facility, and that's what I'd be willing to set up with. But if there's any law, the laws that were past questions, I helped the legislature write the language around our particular license. I'm happy to answer any further questions with that. And in the language that I proposed, I think I also suggested, like many of the other towns that have allowed a license type use, there are certain requirements. They have to be 500 feet from any church, school, or daycare. And the locations that I've looked at, I'm pretty sure that meets this in this particular case. The commercial business zone, I'm fine with removing it. It was just because there are warehouse options that come up in that zone that I didn't want to leave out, but I'm fine with removing that from the proposed language if that allows the commission to move forward. But I'm happy to answer and support any further questions.
And that was one of my questions of when I asked Laura about the IL zones and just not making sure that the CB40 zone is out of there.
That's fine. I understand the concern around that, and I'm happy if the board considers that you can remove that.
Okay. And you have no problem if we were to continue the public hearing for next month? Just because
I would like to be able to move forward with my business because I have a lot of clients lined up.
Okay.
I understand you've gotten a lot of documents, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of information that has been available a long time. But happy to consider it if you guys
Okay.
would.
Well, if we went to the special permit request,
That would be a public
it
hearing.
would be a public, yeah, but it would be just a continuation to next month.
Are you asking if we revised it?
Yes.
To include that?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
and
that
then
we got,
could hear-
so that we can just restrict it to like certain different zones and also can address other concerns.
Yes, I guess if you could say that and just hold the public hearing
Okay.
over, that would give a revision chance.
And what about the verbiage from that meeting where Mary had?
The September 2024.
Yes.
So again.
Do we need to do that right now, or something?
That is something that you should do now. Yeah, if it
Well, not
is,
during
again, if
deliberation?
it's the desire of the commission no, it's not typically done during deliberation.
Okay.
It's because I do think the applicant, if he's unaware of what the content of that record was too, we need to give him an opportunity to review that.
I'm fine with understanding, like,
Yeah.
the record is the record. I understand you guys passed that in the past. To me, I understand what was said at the time, and ultimately, I realize that's the existing language. I'm asking them to pass that and consider something different. To me, it wouldn't affect me in my decisions.
Could I make a motion to?
You would make a motion to
Yeah.
incorporate that record from the
September 2024.
public hearing on the text amendment of 8.12.5, which took effect September 23rd, 2024, into this record.
All right, I'd like to make a recommendation to include the September 2024 of the 8/12/25. 0.5, I'm sorry. That indicate, that has comments from the commission. Right?
And we'll continue the public hearing to next month so we can spend more time on this.
I think now that it's been incorporated, and again, there needs to be a second and a vote on the
Yep.
motion that's been made.
Yep.
But now that it's been, I'm assuming it is going to be incorporated, all of the members need to review that
Yes.
record who were not sitting at that time. So
Correct.
staff will make sure that that's distributed.
All right, so we have a
as well.
motion on the floor to continue the public hearing with the addition of the September 2024 comments from the previous commission. and to continue the public hearing. Do I have
Somebody has to
it's been,
second it.
motion, do I need a second? Here, a
I'll,
second.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So we'll continue the public hearing of P26-30.
So I think, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I think that the clerk is confused. What the motion was to both incorporate the record from the prior hearing.
September 2024.
And also continue this public hearing. Okay. And there was a separate.
Paul?
I made the motion
Ken
in
seconded.
reference to
And Ken seconded.
Mary White's request to include the comments from September 2024 on the 8.12.5.
Thank you. I'll the secretary read P26-26.
Site plans, P26-26, site plan application of Mia Berg, applicant, Target Corporation, owner relative to 200 Universal Drive, map 16, lot 5, outdoor storage, IL 80 zoning district.
How are we this evening?
Good.
Alright, so Eric Jameson, photographer for 200 Universal Drive, here for outdoor storage. So currently on site, I don't know if they provided the map of the application, if not, I have some, but currently on site, we have 12 containers, or shipping containers outside the back of the building. 4 of the containers are on site, have been there for some time, but there are 6 containers that are seasonally, just for the back to college season. Backroom storage does not equate to the amount of freight we do obtain during our back to college season, which is one of our busiest. So they are temporary, should be out of the rear parking lot by in September, so by September 12th should be offsite.
It's the university.
Okay.
Also, removing the one.
Comments from the board?
Nope, seems fine to me.
There were comments, I believe, from Andy. And I read it last month, I started and reviewed it again, so it came up, but,
Probably in last month's packet.
yeah, well, I remember going over it, and then we didn't, yeah.
Yeah, so one of the comments was they sometimes place a container very close or partially into the drive aisle when you come around the south side.
Yeah, so just to comment on this, so I just recently got moved to this location, I've been with Dartmouth for just got to the location mid-February, took on, that was one of our first things we had to take care of, back of store cleanliness. We do have the, looks like the nature walk in the back of the store, we understand that the community does go back there, so just working through cleanliness, maintaining that, and then that container had been removed, and has been clear for some time now, working through Target's application as far as like how we're going to maintain and use the space in the back of the store, maintain the cleanliness of the grass location, understanding that the community does go back there. So right now, the biggest impact is that we do use some of the parking locations in the back of the store, just for those containers to the back of the college.
And site plan approval for outside storage is required by the regulations, so they have to come and get permission to place them even for their seasonal sales.
Are these just temporary?
They are temporary. There are 4 that would need to stay. Backroom space for this location is relatively small to the volume that this store does. We use it to maintain safety within the building so the team has safe space to work.
You say be seasonal?
The ones located, I have a updated map of exactly where they are.
Do you have an extra one?
Yeah.
That'd be great. For how many, So the ones that are seasonal, do those containers come and go?
Yeah, so they're gonna come and go. We actually, just based on new operations within the store, we're not gonna need them for Q4 planning, so they are temporary. They will just be for the back to college. So we're gonna see these right down here, the number 5 through 11. Those are just the temporary ones, and the other 2 are here, more permanently, so.
Okay.
Could you give our clerk one, so it can be an exhibit?
These are the ones.
Thank you.
This way it works. Upside down. These are the ones that were questioned. This one's out in the driveway.
It doesn't show. Oh, there's the problem line is temporary. 1 and 2.
Two was the one that was in the driveway.
He doesn't have to.
But he says 5 to 11 are temporary.
Was
This
the,
one here-
the question was on storage unit number 2.
We have one from them.
So originally, there was 3 containers there, container number 3, which
Okay.
is no longer in that run.
Gotcha. So that was,
It would be, so that's no longer there, that was impeding the bus route. They're just a little bigger inside the map here, but it does not impede the bus route right now.
All right.
Right where those are, there's a lot of other items stored that look like, they're not racked, but they're devices that hold some of your.
Yeah, so we've
That's-
gone through and removed those, so
Okay.
During our truck process and trailer process, there tends to be just movement outside. Anything that's outside that would be on wheels is temporary through the day, and then it all comes inside.
Okay, yeah, the northeast part.
Yeah.
okay. Any other comments, questions? No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have the secretary read 26-27.
Item 4, 26-27, site plan application of Doug Mallow, applicant Dodge 27 LLC, owner relative to 27 Dodge Avenue, map 95, lot 30, outdoor storage, IL 80 zoning district.
Evening, gentlemen of the commission, other members as well. In attempting to clear up what was a certificate of occupancy issue, we stumbled upon the fact that we had 3 outside storage containers. We resolved the certificate of occupancy issue of Jane and several other city folks, but it was pointed out that we needed to get a proper permit and an allowance, I guess, for these 3 outside storage containers. They store pizza boxes, nothing exciting. We distribute and print pizza boxes. And so it's our hope that we can continue to have these. They've been there for some time, but we just want to make things right with the city, right with the commission, and get the proper documentation. Any questions?
1 second here. Any questions here from the commission? Your name?
My name is Doug Mayo.
It's always good when you come ahead early.
We just want to do what's right.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Looks good. Any questions at all? No?
I have no question.
Those containers are not visible to anybody, anywhere. On the road, behind the road, whatever.
Thank you, sir. We're good. How will the secretary read P 26-29?
P26, excuse me,
28.
29 and 28.
I'm sorry, 28.
Yeah,
P
thank you.
26-28.
Item 5, P26-28, site application SRS Distribution Incorporated, SO Nash Verges CM, applicant Kasi Group LLC, owner relative to 171 McDermott Road, map 6, lot 36, outdoor storage, IL 30 zoning district.
Good evening, Andrew Roth, 171 McDermott Road. We were back here in May of this year for site plan approval, which was granted with conditions. We've come back with a revised site plan for a variance that was refound from the 70s. So now the site plan application is utilizing the reduction from 75 feet to 40 feet for outdoor storage. And we're adding a gate, which is a new development to help circulation of truck traffic through the site and make it safer for the truck traffic coming in and then out to suppliers.
So a couple of questions here. Were you here in May? Yes. And you live in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Fine. Comments here. There was, you had mentioned upgrading, cleaning up the site, new fencing.
Yes, with this application,
So-
and the gate will replace the fence and add privacy slats.
Yep. So one of the requirements was take immediate action.
On the fence or clean up?
Just about everything.
Yes. Well, on the fence, they're waiting for this site plan approval with the new gate location. Site cleanup, they have been doing ongoing process of cleaning up. Last time, I stated that they removed the pallets from the one corner. They have not returned. I drove past today. Still does look like there's some trash to clean up, which I'll relate to them.
Now, the gate, the additional gate, it looks like there's a choke point when you first go into that. It's a small entrance way. Then you have to drive around to where everything is stored. So the new gate's gonna be to the right of that or around the corner from that?
The new gate is, there's a second entrance off McDermott Road. It's
Okay.
currently fenced in.
Okay.
That gate will, that fence
That's gonna be
portion will be
opened up.
removed and the access restored.
That's facing 91 then?
Yes.
Is that what it is, yeah?
Yeah, it's just a little further down from their actual entrance that they currently have.
Now, you need another fence or are you going to put new screening on it? Because the screening's a real problem there. So
Yeah, the fence
This looks
is-
terrible.
Yeah, yeah. The fence is in such bad repair that the contractor told them that they couldn't just put slats in it. So they're getting a whole new fence along the frontage and a few places along the stream where there is no fence today. They're gonna be adding new fence and putting privacy slats on it.
And that's gonna be page too, I'm sorry. That's gonna be a page fence as well?
Sorry, what?
The page fence, the stuff,
Chain
chain link.
with the plastic
yeah.
slats like woven into it. It won't be that fabric that can rip off from it.
Oh, it's gonna have slats?
Yeah, they're gonna be, woven into it.
Okay.
Do you have a time frame on that? Because here's my concern. You were here last May, this past May, and I'll be honest with you, I drive down there often. It doesn't look like anything's been done, and I'm just extremely disappointed. I just don't know, I mean, have they even sought out pricing for fencing?
Yes,
I
they
mean, there's
have a
like-
contractor for fencing, yes, they're ready to go. Again, for the fencing, they are just hoping to wait for the site plan approval so that the gate can be added at the same time that they do the new fence.
Do you have a time frame? Because here's my concern. I'm just looking at emails going back a long way, trying just to get you guys to clean up the site.
Yep.
And it's been falling on deaf ears, to be honest with you. And I think it's just, it doesn't sit well with me, because one of the questions was like to get going immediately, and that's been May. So here we are now, August, and it doesn't look like anything's been done. I mean, there's a section right along the Little River, I don't know, 10 feet. There's nothing. And apparently, your neighbor next door, they go into the river often to clean it up from the pink debris and papers and trash or whatever.
Is that the portion where there's no fence currently?
Yeah, it's like about 10 feet.
Yeah, the parking is right, the existing
Yeah.
parking is right up against.
Yeah.
But we are removing some of that parking with this plan and adding buffer plantings along with the fence. So again, that will be all part of the fence repair and the site plan application.
So is there a time frame?
I don't have a time frame.
What about just cleaning up the place?
You can reach out, follow up with them. That's the best I can do.
I mean, you see where I'm coming from, because I think last time I said to you, it's like, and you'll be going back to Pennsylvania, and we'll be here sitting again, twiddling our thumbs, wondering about when something's gonna happen, that's all. And I've already reached out, I didn't know whether we could raise the bond, but apparently we can't do that anymore. Or, what is the bond set at, do you know?
The current bond on the
Yeah.
site?
I mean, that's why I was just frustrated that.
$3,500.
$3,500.
And I know one of the recent conditions was site needs to be cleaned up prior to making any improvements.
Yep.
So I think that will relay it to them.
All right, I kind of feel like Bob,
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
way. I mean, you're here in front of us, and you say you relay it to them, well, why aren't they here in front of us? I mean, you're presenting this, you're representing them.
Yeah.
Well, we're the client's engineer, so we're.
I'm almost,
here on their behalf.
it's at a point where I'm almost like to maybe, continue a public, the site plan to next month and have the management that's there on site come here so they can explain.
If that's within your power.
Oh, I think so.
I mean, I hate to do it, but it's
Yeah.
at this point, like I said, it doesn't seem like
Or
anyone
you could
there
come
is-
back with a date that it's gonna be completed. Right? Because they actually, it seems like they ignored what you asked them to
Yeah.
do. That's our,
There's not much of a partnership,
Right.
right? Like,
Well,
let's work together and.
To go back, it kind of did get slowed down because at the last meeting, this variance came up, and we confirmed after the meeting that it was valid. So, and part of the condition was we had to come back. We couldn't just do it administratively. We had to come back. So it took time to verify it, have a meeting with the town, and then revise the site plan, and then come back in with the
Yeah.
application.
But you don't need a site plan, just to clean up the place.
Well, the fence.
Yeah.
The fence and moving all this outdoor storage area into a designated area, that's part of the site plan application. So that moves it all interior, out of the setbacks, out of buffers.
I hear you, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna happen. That's,
The only thing I'll say is that it could further delay cleanups.
just to clean up the lot. You need a.
They have been cleaning it up. They had dumpsters in there. It's just with.
Did you see the lot today?
Yeah, I drove past.
Did you stop in?
No.
No? Okay. Jane, do we have, how long has this been going on? You know?
did Blake get involved?
I've been with the town a year now, and it was going on previously to
2025.
myself being here.
And was Blake involved? You were-
Blight is involved.
Okay.
I'm sure that Paul Wetmore can go further.
Yeah. I don't think the people there locally, in my opinion, know how important it is to get that thing cleaned up, so.
Right, and we had told Blight several months ago that, hey, we're working with them, they submitted a site
Mhm.
plan. But they do have, that's them, but there is, they can't up it on their own end if they don't voluntarily comply.
There is a ways to go.
What's that?
I said there is a ways to go on the blight issue.
Oh, there's no doubt.
But Paul has been waiting because we've been working with them on the site plan.
Okay. Andy, is that the formula that was used to come up with $3,500 for the bond?
3,500 is pretty much the basic bond. I mean, the only thing we're allowed to bond for is erosion control and public improvements. So kind of limits our,
Right.
our scope of what we can do.
Which would be the fence and whatever adjustments they have to make to the parking.
Right.
No drainage.
No.
Okay.
Are there any other stipulations that we can modify, Laura? I mean, because here we are again, and I'm gonna say this again, it's like, you're gonna go back to Pennsylvania, and 3 months down the road, it's gonna be on deaf ears again, it's gonna look sloppy down there. And it's an image that I was surprised that they don't take care of what the property looks like. There's always, the old saying is like, if you ever wanna know how clean the kitchen is in a restaurant, look at the bathroom.
I mean, if we already have a blight action against them, and the blight officer is holding back on assessing any kind of fines or anything, no reason that can't move forward. The reason that it's being held back is because we're trying to resolve it.
They're
for
working
you.
on it, yeah.
Right. But if you guys are not satisfied with the progress that they're making, there are other remedies.
Yeah. Okay. It's just that, I mean, I've only been here since January, but it goes back to 2025.
Right.
And they're just dragging their feet.
Yep.
So, I don't know how much more I could stress to you that how disappointed I am with the on-site. I don't know. Yeah,
I'm listening, I hear you.
Do you? Okay. You going back to Pennsylvania tonight?
Yeah. Gotta live somewhere.
All right. All right, very good. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Health Secretary read P26-29.
P26-29, site application of Daniel Mara, applicant CJ Realty Company, James Bango, owner, relative to 85 Defco Park Road, map 95, lot 26, outdoor parking, IL 80 zoning district.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. For the record, my name is Bernard Pellegrino. I'm an attorney with the Pellegrino Law Firm, and I represent the applicant, Daniel Mara, who's here with me this evening. Mr. Mara is the CEO of Elite Limousine, who is a prospective tenant for this site. 85 Defco Park Road, as you probably know, it's located in your IL 80 zoning district. The lot size is approximately 3 acres, and it's improved with a building of, give or take, 15,000 square feet. It's like the second to the last lot at the end of Defco Park Road. The owners, Mr. Bango's company, occupied that site for many years. They stored, restored, and resold wooden pallets, as you may know, and they were proved to have outdoor storage of wooden pallets in the backyard. Tonight, our application is for site plan approval, which ultimately would permit the relocation of Elite from its location on Washington Avenue, across from Mora Motors, to this site on Defco Park Road for the operation of their transportation business. The site plan in front of you that was prepared by Garcia Associates would allow for the use, for the site, which is usually permitted in the zone. A particular note, because it's more than 24 hours of parking on the lot for vehicles, is denoted on the plan for the storage and the parking of the vehicles as quote-unquote outdoor storage. You'll also note in the upper left-hand corner of the site plan is 2 storage containers that we're proposing be permitted as outdoor storage as well on the site. The plan otherwise meets all of the bulk standard requirements, the use is permitted in the zone. We reviewed staff review reports, comments, and proposed conditions. We're okay with them. One of those conditions is no cleaning of vehicles. I'm assuming that means cleaning of the exterior. We do clean the vehicles when they come in, vacuum clean the interior. And no repair of the vehicles, and we're willing to accept those conditions. I would note to the commission, in an effort of transparency, we probably expect to come back to you with more details, potentially for the cleaning of vehicles, minor repair. That's still being developed with the building department. We want the change of use. We want to start using the site as we transition into the site, and we'll probably be back to you with more details on the interior operations and potentially to talk about those two conditions in the future, but that's our presentation.
Frank, I have a couple questions. You said relocate. Does that mean they're gonna move out of where they are just?
Yes, sooner rather than later, that site, they kind of overgrown.
Yeah, I wanted to, you have the buses parked out front, and it's kind of, we made a point of talking about keeping the buses out of the way, the line of sight. We've done a pretty good job with that. But sometimes they're out front, which brings me to another question. The gray water, what do you do with the gray water from the buses, the waste from the bathrooms?
The waste is all, my understanding is the waste is transported, flushed into vehicles that transport that waste source.
Okay, so each bus, when it comes back, they have somebody come over and take the waste out? Okay. Those are my questions.
That's good. Questions from the board?
No, I thought it's a good spot to move.
Nice to see you, bro. You're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's that? We'll do the change of use.
Change of use next.
Yep. So we'll do the change of use, 10 Middletown Avenue.
Is somebody here representing 10
They're
Middletown
outside,
Ave?
I'm gonna get them.
Yes.
That's the old post office.
Yeah.
Okay, there, kidding.
Good evening, my name is Jeffrey Gordon with Home Disposal Associates. I'm here representing Daddy Butter LLC. They're looking to be the tenant to take approximately half of the post office building, the old post office building on 10 Middletown Avenue. Just basically process package and shipping cosmetics. So that's what they're looking to do. It's like a permitted use. The only actual construction work that would take place would be that the building originally had one set of bathrooms for the entire building, so that has to be split up for two tenants. Other than that, they're looking to move and expand their business here in North Haven.
There's all internal reconstruction in there going on.
Curiosity, where are they currently located?
They're in Hamden, they have about 5,000 square feet, 5 employees. The owner is a North Haven resident, is looking to bring the business double its size here in Hamden, and eventually bring on about another 5-6 employees.
What about outside storage?
There is none.
There's none?
None?
Excuse me, could you, what type of business is it?
It's cosmetics.
Questions from the board?
Kind of cosmetics.
No.
Kind of cosmetics. Butters, skin lotion, things like that. Organic.
They'll be shipping, they have their own trucks?
I don't know. Generally, commercial products.
That would involve outdoor storage if they had the trucks on site. Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you,
I
sir.
have no questions, Joe.
448 Washington Avenue. And your name for the record?
Ralph Consiglia,
Where do you live, Ralph?
11 Thomas Court.
Thank you. And you're looking to do,
A hobby die-cast toy store in Washington Avenue.
I've already driven by, been a very nice operation you got going.
Thank you. stuff every day.
Good. Questions from the board?
No, I thought it was.
No. Very nice.
Yeah.
Comment, looks good over there.
Thank you very much.
Haven't seen a hobby store since Hubie's Hobbies, for those who are around.
And you're taking half of that where the breakfast nook used to be, or the
Correct.
Latin. Yeah.
That's Unit D now.
Okay.
And your unit?
D.
D.
D is in David. Yep.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
448 Washington Avenue, Unit C. Okay, how you doing? Your name for the record, please?
My name is Conrad.
You might have to spell that.
My name is Tracy Dan. So, H-U-N-G-L-A-N. And my name is Tracy, D-R-A-C-Y-D-A-N-G-D-A-D-A-N-G. Yeah.
And what do you plan on doing?
We plan to open the nail salon.
Oh, okay. Oh, great, okay, gotcha. Okay.
I'll look at Star Nails.
Questions or concerns from the board?
No question. I mean, you'll have to work with the health department,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but as far as,
Couldn't be.
yeah, as far as my concern is, I think we're fine.
Good. Thank you very much. Quick and painless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck. 410 State Street?
Good evening, my name is Richard Turlington from Richard Turlington Architects. I'm representing Dr. Ori on 410 State Street. The building is currently used as an office building. It's 2 stories. All of the spaces are tenanted offices. Dr. Ori recently purchased the building, and he would like to relocate his dental practice from the Home Depot Plaza in North Haven to this site, also in North Haven. And when he purchased the building, there was sufficient parking for his increased use. So we go from an office to a medical office, and it takes us from 250 square feet to 150 square feet, so it increases the number of spaces that Dr. Ori needs. In his purchase of this site, he had those spaces. Unfortunately, the original site plan, which was approved in 1986, included both 410 and 410 and 414 State Street, which was previously one site. It was divided into 2, and it was divided into 2 in 1986. Some of the parking spaces that are Dr. Ori's on 410 State Street were deeded as part of, or access to 414, which was odd, but be that as it may, so now years go by, and in recently, I guess in the last few years, the 414 site was changed, and the surveyor did not acknowledge the deeds that Dr. Ori had access to. So that property owner modified his site and eliminated Dr. Ori's parking spots. So what we're seeking this evening, while Dr. Ori is trying to get this legally squared away, what we're seeking is to allow him to occupy the ground floor of the building for his use and reduce the tenancy of the second floor so that he could continue to use the building for the 33 spaces that are on his 410 State Street site. So he has several tenants that their leases are coming up due by the end of this year. He just wants them to expire, and then he can easily not use the second floor until he gets this sorted out with his council. Okay, so it's a pretty straightforward ask. It's complicated legally, but tonight we're just looking for him to be able to use the building for which he purchased. Is it?
It's already the same use on that main floor.
gonna
It's
say.
already the same use, medical and office use, and in my conversations with this fine gentleman and the dentist, he believes that what's there right now is more than enough to operate the dental, even though our regulations may require a few more spaces. There's actually plenty of parking on site. The
Dr.
biggest.
Ori is here tonight if you want his testimony as well, so.
It sounds like you're more of a legal issue.
Well, it's a legal, well, we're just asking
Yeah.
for permission, knowing that we need to restrict the overall occupant load on the building.
Okay.
For now, temporarily.
Because of parking.
Or because of parking, yes, sir. There's no exterior changes, we're not making any exterior renovations to the building.
And how many tenants are actually leaving?
So, he's got about 3,500 square feet.
Yep.
On the second floor, I think 3,200. All of the tenants' leases are expiring by the end of the year. What he would like to be able to do is that he can still have 750 square feet of office space on the second floor if he chooses. That would max out his 33 parking spaces that are on 410 State Street now.
Okay. All right. I think I got you. Okay. Questions?
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Sort of.
Yeah.
And do you have any issues with it?
No.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you. And we'll go last one, 154 State Street.
Hi, my name is Jessica Glenn. My address is 5 Ray Court, Wallingford. I am just here to ask for a change of use for 154 State Street, Suite 102 for my Pilates studio. I'm currently at 100 Broadway in North Haven, and I'm just looking to move to 154 State Street.
What was there before?
It was previously Greenhouse 1.
Oh, okay. Now, gotcha. Questions from the board?
You already have a office, right, that you work out of?
100 Broadway.
100 Broadway.
So you're gonna
But I'll
move,
be leaving.
you're moving to there? Oh, good.
Is it bigger? Is it
Okay.
Any questions?
No?
Thank you.
Good.
Good luck. Okay. We have 2027 meeting dates. Any questions or concerns?
I have one that was brought up by Brian Cummins. The April meeting, he'd like to move to the second week, but for our benefit, because I guess there's a UConn game going on that day. Go to that, so, I don't know, can you look at that anyway, to see if you can do it? I told her what I asked you. So. It's April, and right now it's the first Monday. It's not gonna affect me, because I'd have to come anyway.
Yeah. Any questions or concerns on the proposed dates?
No, I like them.
All right.
Yep.
So we'll approve those. Do you need that in motion? To approve the dates?
Yeah, and we need the
All right,
time,
so do I
right?
hear a motion to approve the 2027 meeting dates?
I'll make a motion to approve the
Second.
dates. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And 409 Washington Avenue, P26-13, site hardening revised plan.
Good evening. My name is Tim Hool, civil engineer with BL Companies out of Meriden, Connecticut. I'm here representing the applicant for this project. You may recall we were here before the commission back in May. This project, just for a brief overview, is site hardening, as it is being called, but essentially it is perimeter security for the associate parking lot at the Amazon facility here at 409 Washington Avenue. That site security largely takes the form of perimeter fencing around the entire employee parking lot, adding guardhouses and gates at strategic access points to help provide security for the associates and their vehicles as they are at work for the day. When we were previously before you, we had a fairly comprehensive scope that you all voted to approve back in May. Since then, we have been working with the landowner, and a few environmental site restrictions have come to light, and we would like to potentially reduce the scope a little bit to help minimize environmental impacts due to historic soil contamination from the prior use. I believe it was Pratt & Whitney. Essentially, the core is still to keep perimeter fencing around all of the Amazon employee areas. So there's, in the original approval, there were 3 guardhouses on site. They would like to drop that down to 1. I believe you all have a copy of the plan. So there's a small associate parking lot up on the northern side, on the planned north side. That lot will still be secured. But since it's anticipated to be employees only, they would like to remove that guardhouse and just leave gates and card readers so that every associate has a badge in. So operationally, it'll still function the same. They just want to remove the guardhouse from that.
You said north side?
It's a plan north.
Yeah, that's west that you're pointing to there.
Yes, it's the west side of the site.
Okay.
It is this northern plan north, but west side of the site, that smaller secondary parking lot.
Okay.
So this location, it would be just removing the guardhouse. Coming down to the northwest corner of the site up here, this is still the main access point for all associates, all employees. The only change here would be sliding the guardhouse about 40 feet farther to the north or planned right. On the plan, I drew in a blue line that shows the approximate boundary of the environmental land use restriction area. We're pulling the guardhouse outside of that so that it does not need any kind of vapor extraction system for any potential vapors in the soil. But otherwise, it will still function the exact same as previously discussed in the project. Coming a little bit farther down, which is more true north on the site, we previously had proposed a separate secured lot in this corner wedged between that main entrance and the truck yard. Amazon operates what they call flex drivers out of this facility, where if you place your order and it's products they have in this warehouse, you can get it delivered typically within 24 hours. Those are all subcontracted drivers. They are not Amazon employees. Due to the complexities of having security for those associates, because they're not always day-to-day repeat staff. It could be they pick up one job at this site on day 1, then they're going to work from, it could be for another company, another facility. They're all subcontractors. They would like to remove the guardhouse and perimeter fence just around that small portion. So the area that I highlighted in red would be the scope that they would like to remove. So it would be the guardhouse on that area and gate armbar access. They would like to remove the sidewalk towards that guardhouse, and then the perimeter fencing going around that far north side has that red zigzag line. They would like to remove that from the scope.
Now, do they actually drive through there and pick up from the building?
Yes. So
some of them are cars.
Yeah, exactly.
And they drive through, so they're gonna bring a car in, go through there with
Yes, so
through a guard.
these are people, you may have seen them, they're coming
Yeah.
to deliver to your house from their personal vehicles. So that's what this type of operation is, that flex driver. They'll come in at various times, they'll drive into this parking lot up here. There's an area up on the building where they bring the packages out from the building to their personal vehicle, load it, and then they would leave again and do
Okay.
the delivery service.
I
That's
just wanna
currently-
understand, so if somebody from the inside brings the package out
Yes.
to the vehicle, they don't come in?
Correct, the vehicles do not enter the building.
And there's no inspection of the vehicles when they're coming
No,
in? So-
because these are all personal vehicles,
Right.
they fall under the, the vehicle inspection standards, not under they're not a fleet vehicle owned by Amazon. And I would like to clarify, this is an existing operation that they have, we're not
Right.
proposing to add this to the site, it's something they're currently doing. All we are looking to do is just kind of remove those few items, the one guardhouse on the secondary lot, shift the main one for all visitors and associates, and then remove the guardhouse and perimeter fence around that flex driver area. So the main associate lot will still have security, it still has all the same gates that were proposed, it will still have all the same emergency access standards and requests from the fire and police department. There's still the same access controls and automated gate features, so the core function is still the exact same, we're just looking to pull out a couple of those items for environmental considerations.
So you're gonna remove the guard post from where the cars are coming in with no identification? They don't have identification?
They are not Amazon employees.
Right, that's what I mean, so that
Yeah.
doesn't sound too hard, you're hardening the site. That doesn't sound real hard to me.
They're
the
securing,
vehicles.
they're securing the main Amazon employee lot because from an employee standpoint, they're the ones who are coming in and they're working for the day, so they're,
Mhm.
parking, they're going inside the building for 8 hours. So they've had a historic issue as many of communities have had going back a few years with catalytic converter thefts or similar property crime.
Okay.
Because those vehicles are being parked long-term here for hours on end, that's the area of focus. But the flex driver area, they're coming in, they're turning around quickly, loading their vehicle and leaving again. They're not parked for hours on end.
Now, it looks like you started putting up a second fence already. There's two fences. No, when I drove by there.
Oh, okay,
there's-
okay.
There's two fences, so you already started some of this.
I know
There's a new gate and,
They are working to modify a little bit because the existing temporary gates and fences that are there are in poor condition and there are some operational challenges. They are looking to, their original goal was to start complete construction before peak season, which is the holiday season. Due to the environmental considerations, that shifting slightly potentially, but they are looking to maintain operations here. The secure operations, so there may be a shift of a temporary gate or two until this permanent one can be implemented. And then you may remember too, on the same agenda in May, there was a separate application for I believe it was an air delivery program on this site. That also is still very much at play here, so there's both of those initiatives that are still in effect.
okay.
Very good. Any other questions from the board?
No?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Correspondence, none. Have a motion to accept the minutes from July 6th.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from July 6th.
And
I'll
a
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll go to deliberation.
Before you do, I had a little item on the bonds.
Pierpont Hill.
Yeah, Pierpont Hill.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
you know, all that essentially is they have requested their bond release.
Oh, okay.
They have provided as-built drawings of the entire facility. I've reviewed the as-built versus the design. Laura and I have taken a ride out there and driven the whole site, taken a look at everything. They're pretty close. So I guess I didn't bring it to you tonight because I still got a few things to work through. But what I would encourage you to do is if you guys have time, take a drive up there and take a look. just so you can get a feel for it, you know, because I may come, it's either gonna be next month or the month after, I'll come back for the bond release, assuming that they, you know, they match everything that I need. But, you know, just wanted to give you a heads up, because it's a big project, it's a huge bond.
What's their bond currently?
Oh, it's 2.5 million, I think it is. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I just wanna make sure, yeah, well, I just wanna make sure we do it right.
What's
So
the-
that's why I'm giving
yeah.
you guys a heads up, so that we can
What's the address?
spend the
for-
time on it.
Do you have the address for that? Pierpont Hill?
Half Mile Road,
Oh, I know where it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Drive to Half Mile Road, when you come to the town line, take a left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
So, that's all.
All right, thank you. We'll go into deliberation.
Make a move and go to deliberation.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So on the, we have the continuation for P 26-30. That was already made a motion?
Yeah.
Okay. On the site plan, P 26-18, they're going to reapply, Laura, is that correct?
Yes, but you have to deny the application.
Okay, so do I hear?
Without prejudice.
Yep, do I
Without
hear a motion
prejudice.
to deny this without prejudice?
I'll make a motion to deny it without prejudice.
And second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
On site plan P 26-26, site plan for the Target Corporation.
I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Any
And these are
questions?
with conditions by staff.
With conditions by
Yes,
staff,
sorry.
It's okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Board unanimously approves that site plan. P 26-27, site plan relative to 27 Dodge Avenue, outside storage. Do I hear a motion on that?
That's the elite limo, correct?
No.
No,
Storage
That's,
containers.
that's the storage container.
That's the.
The pizza box.
The old
Sorry,
Yeah,
pizza
box.
they're the
Yeah.
same area,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, the pizza boxes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
And any conditions? Laura, did you?
There was no conditions
No,
on
no.
it.
I didn't notice.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? P 26-27 approved. P 26-29. 85 Defco Park.
Skip McDermott.
20.
Did you skip
Oh,
McDermott?
sorry,
No.
that's P 26-28. 171 McDermott Road. You know, I understand their situation, but it frustrates me that they're just dragging their feet for
Yeah, no, I get it.
over a year.
If I was him, I'd be mad that they didn't do what I
Yeah.
said to do to begin
Yeah.
with.
I mean,
I don't know what makes me think that there's gonna be any difference, but
No.
going forward, but,
I mean, is he waiting just for the site plan, just for the approval, just, and that was the
Well,
part.
I mean, that's his excuse at this point,
Right.
I mean, and maybe from his perspective, he's, you know, that's the information he's getting.
Yeah.
You know,
Can we
what the
pers-
owner's intent is, who knows?
can we proceed with the blight?
Yeah, can we push that
enforcement?
forward?
We can speak to Paul.
Yeah, to give them some encouragement.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
And then, you know, if it wasn't for that, we would,
Right, you would have approved it
Yeah.
tonight, probably.
I mean, in May, he said, and I did find the comments, it's like for immediate action.
Well,
Right,
To
right.
start cleaning up. You don't need the site plan, just to have it clean up, go out there with a broom and trash cans.
as soon as, well,
All right.
So how do we want to address this?
Well, I guess we'll go forward, and then, I mean,
Well, it's a site plan application. If it meets your
Well, yeah.
regulations, you're bound to approve it, but you can put conditions on it. So that they do meet the regulations in their entirety. Right now, you have a situation where there's unfavorable conditions on the site that you can correct with.
we asked that they work with blight enforcement?
No, I wouldn't ask that,
No?
no.
that they work with blight. I would,
Can we set a time limit on this then?
yes, you can.
Let's do that. I'd rather, like, give them to the end of the year to, fence. I don't know, they said they got,
Well,
I don't see why it wouldn't be a shorter amount of time, given the
all right, 60 days.
60 days sounds fair.
Okay. And
And we'll have the discussion with our blight officer
Yeah,
about your
with
your
conditions of-
frustrations and,
Yeah.
you know, And, you know, we'll see what direction that heads.
All right, let's do that.
But at least puts a little more pressure on them.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's like, when I drive by, it's like a 10-foot section, put up a chicken wire fence, something.
Right,
It's
something.
crazy.
Right, right.
You know?
Right.
All right, and then, so we'll have set forth conditions that the Blight Commission may have brought up also, that I didn't, other than garbage flying all over the place, new fence.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read the blight complaint myself.
Okay.
I haven't read it in a while, but
Alright.
it was all of the, debris, pallets.
But knowing what goes into blight complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knowing the site.
And
yeah.
we're good with
Yeah.
60 days?
Right.
I think so.
It's a high visibility, even from 91.
Yeah. you can see that.
Things move slower than you expect.
I know.
I'd say 60.
All right, so 60 days, please.
Right, so I just want to make sure you're not requiring a blight complaint, correct? Okay.
Oh, no, I just, if there's comments from the Blight Commission that could be tacked on to our concerns of just trash and, just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's what the blight complaints about
Okay.
too. So.
Jennifer Capola, for the record, I think if you're asking them to complete certain actions within 60 days, you need to be specific on the record what you're asking them to address.
Clean up the site, get rid of the trash, garbage, repair the fence,
I think it's replaced.
even if it's a temporary fence, just to stop the trash from going into the Lure River, and at least get the ball rolling on a new fence. Doesn't have to be completed in 60 days, I don't think.
So do you want submission of you can have them submit a purchase order for a fence or paperwork that reflects that
Okay.
they've hired? What do you want specifically? Again, it needs to be specific so they know what they need to do to comply.
Well, they need a permit for that, right? So, I don't know if they applied for it, but,
I mean, you said they got everything rolling, they were ready to roll, they're just waiting.
They
to
will
go.
require a building permit, and building
Yes.
has 30 days to review.
They might not require a building permit depending on how tall the fence is.
Okay. I'm assuming it's just a 6-foot fence, standard?
because they're replacing it,
Right, if it's a standard fence, they,
yeah, it's 6 foot.
right, if it's 6 foot, then there won't be a building permit, so you have to be more, a little more. Maybe we can have them, within 30 days, submit an invoice for the fence, or within 60 days
Where it's-
install.
That's fine.
Yeah, where the fence is missing, it's blown, that's what Bob was
Yeah.
talking about.
I mean, I don't know how
Going
long
to
it
the
would take to
neighbor's
put in
property.
that, I mean, the fence all around there? I don't know how long the time was, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing the whole fence or they're just doing the fabric. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, they're talking about the inserts that go down.
Right,
the
right.
page.
Well, I guess they got.
Or if they're just doing the fabric, I mean, it's just a matter
No,
of
they're
pulling
not
down the
doing the
fence.
fabric.
Yeah.
They're- they're
I'm
doing
sure
the
those
slats.
fence guys go pretty quick.
No, fence fabric,
Yeah.
chain link.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they said they're gonna.
So what I'm saying, yeah.
They're gonna do slats.
They're gonna
No,
use
no, I
slats.
understand that, but what I'm saying is that either they're replacing the entire fence, which includes posts and
Yeah.
rails, or they're just replacing the
I
fabric.
think
I'm
that's
not
what
really
was
sure.
recommended, replacing that fence,
Yeah.
so they could use it.
So, can we suggest in, like 45 days, have at least a submission of a purchase order for a fence, and then maybe 90 days thereafter, within 90 days after the.
Have it completed, yeah.
After the purchase order, 90 days for completion,
That sounds great.
So 45
And how about
days.
cleanup of the site? I'm gonna give them a time frame for that.
30 days.
30 days, that's, yeah, good.
Is that a motion, Mr. Chair?
What's that? Yeah, that's my motion. Do I hear a second on that?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And if not, we'll see the Pennsylvania guy again.
You've gotta make the drive.
That's right. All right, site plan, P26-29, 85 Defco Park.
I'll make a motion to approve it with any staff recommendations.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Board approved 26-29. Anything else to come from the board before going to executive session?
Change of use.
Change of use?
Yep.
Change of use, 10 Middletown Avenue. Is there a motion for the change of use?
I'll make a motion to approve change of use for 10 Middletown Avenue.
And second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Change of use for 448 Washington Avenue, Unit D.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
448 Washington Avenue, Unit C. Do I hear a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve 448 Washington Avenue, Unit C.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
410 State Street. Do I hear a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve 410 State Street, change of use.
And second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
154 State Street.
I'll make a motion to approve 154 State Street.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who made the motion for the mini dates? Site hardening plan revision, 409 Washington Avenue, P26-13. Do I hear a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the 409 Washington Avenue's P 26-13 site hardening revised
Second?
plans.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anything coming for us, and any updates? Andy?
Excuse me. I'd like to give the board some information about a previous,
I don't think we can do that. We are,
It's closed.
we've already closed. Thank you. If it's referencing P 26-30.
did you ever share the picture with them? The photo I sent you about with the drainage from number 3 Papa? I asked you to share it.
We're not gonna talk about that.
That's over and done with.
That's already approved.
Did you share it with them, Laura? The photo, you said the only way to get in touch.
Oh, that was the,
You said the only way to get in touch with these people was for me to email you, and you would send it to them, so you never sent them the picture of the
I
drainage.
believe, I wasn't sure
We
what
had a
it
whole bunch
was.
of
He had
pictures
one
that we
with a
saw.
sump.
We did see a lot of
This was
There's a
something-
lot of pictures.
This was
It
recent.
was, yeah, it was
Even
a,
from Mary
it was
White
like
had a
a
nice
sump
display.
pump.
Yeah, it's in the main house.
Discharging
This was
onto a
like within the
road
past,
in and off.
couple of weeks. So you never shared it.
I don't recall,
Can-
I'm
So
yeah.
sorry.
if I want to get a hold of Mr. Hannon, you said to contact you, and I did.
I said.
Let's
And you
finish
didn't-
this
you didn't
meeting
forward it,
first.
You did not forward it to him. Why not?
I can't say for sure if I did or not, I don't remember.
So you failed to send it to him when you told me that's the way to, that was the way to contact Mr. Hannon.
All right, but this is already.
That matters now.
You're out of order,
That's
Joe.
how I said it, sir, but thank you.
You're out of order right now.
Yeah, we're not talking about this right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like to know why you were out there talking to that
There we
applicant.
go.
Why are you out there talking to the applicant for the,
We can't discuss it right now.
for the public
This
hearing?
is,
We're going to
this is
executive
Attorney
session.
Capola for the record. Please note that those comments were made by Mr. DiMartino.
Are you giving him legal advice?
He is out of order.
You're giving him legal advice out in the hallway? Are you in favor of the application?
Mr. DiMartino,
giving me the
Mr.
answer.
Chair, is out of order. Mr. DiMartino, please note for the record that he has left the meeting room. Thank you. And it is 8:45 PM. Thank you.
And we're done. We're going to executive session. That's okay. I hear a motion to go into executive session, inviting our attorney, Jennifer Capola, and you, Christine, and you may be excused. And
And I'll second it.
You stay.
all in favor?
Aye.
Do you need to be?
The preceding program is brought to you in part through a grant from the town of North Haven. Watch town meetings or other videos on demand at nhtv.com.